AI Media Technologies has reported a 2% drop in total revenue to just shy of $65 million, with technology revenue now representing 63% of the company's total revenue. Its gross profit came in at $45.1 million, an increase of 6% on the prior year. It's reporting an 11% rise in underlying earnings to $4.6 million. Let's get the detail. Tony Abrams is the Chief Executive. He joins us now. Tony, welcome back.
Thanks very much.
So I see you pointing out that you are now a technology-led business. Just talk about how this has been reflected in your financials at the moment.
Yeah, so it's been a complete transformation of the business since we listed in 2020. When we listed in September of 2020, we were Australia's largest captioning company at the time, doing 1 million minutes a year of captioning. We then acquired a US business and we became the largest provider of captioning in the United States as well, and we now do 100 million minutes. But our revenue has pretty much stayed constant through that process because we have steadily pulled humans out of the AI captioning and translation process, and now 99% of what we deliver has no human in the loop and is using AI completely natively. And that's through our LEXI Text, which is live captioning on TV, basically. And that has grown since we acquired the EEG business in 2021 from $1 million a year to $17 million a year. And that's the basis of our annual recurring revenue at 86% gross margins that we recorded today. We've also seen a transformation in the underlying business. So we are the captioning provider for Channel 9, Channel 7, Foxtel. Traditionally, that has been a very human-dominated service. In fact, when we started on Channel 9, we had 85 humans working on that service. And so we've been transitioning that business now across to the technology product, and that will be complete in December.
What have you seen in terms of those efficiencies, taking the humans out of that AI, when we know the technology is developing so incredibly rapidly, particularly in terms of the response time, I guess, in terms of real-time translation?
That has been the biggest change in the last 12 months, is the response time. And so we do live television, and so we get now captions through the AI system in less than 3 seconds. The best that a human could do is 5 to 8 seconds. So you're basically cutting out all of that processing time that the human needs. And of course, people watching live TV need to see things immediately. Our brand new product, which we just relaunched in April, is a voice translation product, which builds on the captioning going from speech into text. It then does another layer going from text into another language, text, and then it renders that text into speech through the LEXI voice engine. That takes 8 seconds. 12 months ago, 30 seconds. That's been the huge difference in the last 12 months, and that is the benefit of the improvements in the underlying AI engines that we plug into the AI infrastructure that basically embeds the latest and greatest tools like XL8, Google, ChatGPT into our customers' workflows and protects any data leakage from that into the public LLM systems.
So would you expect that you're going to close that gap even further? You said 30 seconds to 8 seconds.
Yeah.
At what point does it become impossible?
Well, that's right. Look, I think we'll probably get down to about 3 seconds for live voice interpreting within the next sort of 12 to 18 months, and that will be a game changer. I mean, we did this fantastic implementation of LEXI Voice at a baseball stadium in Worcester, Massachusetts for Korea night. And the whole thing was done from English into Korean, Korean into English in a baseball stadium without a single human doing any interpreting. And the feedback was, this is better than any interpreter we've ever seen.
Wow.
And I mean, that's the underlying engines that are kind of powering all this, but what we've got is the infrastructure to put it in line and in a customer workflow.
Well, I guess the downside of this, of course, Tony, is that humans are becoming redundant, it would seem, in your space at least. So this is all part of your LEXI suite of products then. That was LEXI Voice you're talking about. What about LEXI AI? So what is that exactly?
Yeah, so LEXI AI really completes the product suite. So we've got the encoder network, which is where everything begins. So the encoder is a piece of technology, hardware effectively, that we build at our factory in New York. And as we're building those boxes, effectively, they plug in directly to the video source from the customer, and they sit behind the firewall. So they have full access to all of the data that sits in the customer system. So it doesn't ever go to ChatGPT, for example. And then we install behind the customer's firewalls all of these engines. We line up all of the data, and we orchestrate minute by minute and second by second the inputs that are going into the engine, so that the engine understands the context of what's being said. Really important on TV, because you swap from topic to topic every 30 seconds, and you need to know, a bit like a jukebox, that you're sliding in the right kind of topic model for this. LEXI AI is going to go even further and kind of tie all of this stuff together, almost like the connective tissue that's going to sit between your media assets, your text, your voice, and your strategic assets that you have within your organisation, and with a view to then share that information internally for anyone who needs it within your organisation.
Tony, is it all about scale now
Yeah.
for you, particularly when you focus on the North American market with that SaaS business that you have?
That's
there?
right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're also looking at the European market. Like, we've got a very strong position in the North American market, but we want to replicate that in the European market, and we're up about 500% year on year on that. That's been the focus.
You talked about that key acquisition you had in the States. What's actually going to drive your growth then? Are you looking at further acquisitions, particularly if you want to get into new markets?
No, we don't need any further acquisition. In fact, we haven't made an acquisition since 2021. What we're doing is we're basically integrating this technology. As I said, we acquired a business that was basically a hardware business. We've grown that hardware from about 10 million to about 17 million. But the really important thing is that the SaaS, the LEXI Suite that we sit on top of it, we've grown from less than 1 million to 17 million today. And we've got ambitions to be at 150 million in revenue in the next 4 years, which will be all technology. And our technology revenue today is 41.1 million, and that's up from 10 million 4 years ago. So we've more than quadrupled in 4 years since owning EEG, and we're saying, well, we're going to triple that again, basically.
What's your spend on R&D at the moment?
7.5 million. We expense it all.
Are you upping that as you go?
Yeah, so we've got another $1 million in for next year into the budget. We're reallocating, obviously, some of the spend on products that we've now completed, and we're also increasing our sales and marketing expenditure, largely to go to more trade shows in more parts of the world. A key driver of the business success is, in terms of scale, is actually moving out of North America. When we acquired EEG, the technology only worked in the US and Canada, and now we've just added 23 more countries in the last 12 months to be now at 36 countries. So we want to be all over the world.
All right. I mean, it sounds as though you see more blue sky ahead for the company then. Is that, you think, accurately reflected in your share price at the moment?
No, it's goodbye. I mean, someone pointed this out to me, like we did, we spent 7.5 million in R&D. We made an underlying statutory profit of, EBITDA profit of 4.6. If you add back just the R&D that we should have capitalised on LEXI AI and LEXI Voice, that would absolutely, I mean, it's an $8 million EBITDA on growing at 35% on a $100 million company. So yeah, it's a goodbye.